My name is Satra Ghosh. Most people call me Satra. I'm in the McGovern Institute for Brain Research, and I'm associated with John Gabrieli's lab. So there are two projects I'm working on that are directly related to the military. They're both on traumatic brain injury, and in particular, mild traumatic brain injury. The reason this has become huge in the recent years is that a large percentage of veterans returning from the two wars are afflicted with traumatic brain injury. The first study is a clinical trial being conducted near Fort Hood at the Carl R. Darnall Medical Center. And in that trial, what we are trying to do is to take people with traumatic brain injury, with or without comorbid post-traumatic stress disorder, and trying to enhance their cognitive attention and memory deficits. What we are hoping to get from the Fort Hood study is that this approach that we are proposing in terms of cognitive training and real-time functional MRI, that the synthesis of those two give the maximal benefit to the soldiers. So the second project also relates to traumatic brain injury, and that's part of a larger project at MIT itself. We're going to bring in a group of soldiers who have been diagnosed with mild traumatic brain injury and corresponding controls and run them through extensive characterization of their structure and function. The goal is that with blast impact, there might be long-range connections in the human brain which might have been disrupted. The brain has never been characterized at this level of imaging detail in the population, and we are hoping to shed a floodlight on that brain with this scanner. These studies form a facet of the picture on traumatic brain injury, and what we really hope is that it helps us to get more people interested in funding such studies, in being able to collaborate across labs which are doing similar studies and try and understand and get a picture of this disorder at a much larger scale, something that's closer to the 200,000 people who are affected. I'm not trying to do things alone. I'm connecting people. People are helping me with these projects. That reduces the time I have to spend on it while still getting the same productive output out of a given project. Yes, there are times when I'll pull all-nighters, and there are times when I'll take a break and build a chicken coop. Within the context of the family, we're trying to live a very sustainable lifestyle, growing food. We have chickens and bees, and we have a 7-year-old daughter. So across all of those things, that provides a completely different perspective on life that's very different from what I see within the context of the lab. So over the last few years, my goal has been to play the role of a social engineer. In fact, most of the time when people ask me, what do you do? I say, I'm a social engineer. And a big part of that is connecting up people. Because while people are deriving their own unique niches and skill sets, there is still a problem to be solved. And that should be the focus of science, is that we are trying to understand the brain and translate that into therapies, into applications that we could derive from that understanding and knowledge. And we need a village, essentially.